Right, so I have tried to get 5 stars on virus 3 times in a row on brutal. Not doing that anymore. We're gonna do Prion on brutal. We're gonna be super drone. So I guess that's it. All right, so Prion is a pretty interesting thing. Let's start it up in Saudi Arabia. I believe I have made a video on this. Super drone has a weak but used to blah blah. Okay, and okay. So a slow, subtle, and complex pathogen in the game. Much harder to notice and cure. Disease takes longer to react to new evolutions. A couple weeks, I think 6 months at times. So when we become lethal, we need to be very lethal because it ramps up like the bioweapon. And much like it ramps up slowly. As you probably know, when you turn the killer gene on the bioweapon, it's not an instant thing. Okay, need 3 DNA for that. Good. Also, the unique ability of the Prion is very interesting. Uh, as you probably know, Prion is similar to the mad cow disease, uh, and it's always also Prion. It's actually protein, and it causes a neural breakdown, which causes another breakdown in concentration. Complex tasks become harder, and so on and so forth. Festival of Love in Saudi. We could pick nausea and benefit from it, but yeah, don't really care that much. Pretty nice initial infectivity nonetheless. Hmm. Danish mafia becoming too powerful. Sure, that's a reference for something. I guess it's time to get Rash. That's a good one. And this should be pretty much all the severity I want initially. Alright. And I believe our main way to spread is going to be extreme bio aerosol, which is going to be air 2, water 2, everything maxed out here. Boom, we're going to get air first. Then we're actually going to get water 2. This is like the cheaper variant. It's been a long time since I did Prion. And I don't really think mutation chance is going to assist us too much. It's like spending 10 DNA to possibly get 2. And it's gonna happen anyway, so we're not really gonna bother with that. Come on, 2 more DNA. There we go. Get water 1. I don't really want to go air 2 at this point in time because if we reach critical mass too fast, we're also going to be spotted quite fast, and that complicates things. After water level 2, I believe our next play is going to be cold, level 2, and drug level 1. But yeah, that's gonna be in a bit. We're gonna need just a bit more time. The reason we're getting water level 2 is because most countries in the northern hemisphere are humid, even though it's cold, and we really need the boat to go to Greenland quickly. There's an argument to be made that we don't really need it technically, but it's something nice to have. And I believe like 99% of the things we're going to be evolving naturally, we're going to keep. Unless it's either inflammation or something lethal. Swine flu does not come from eating pork, I believe. I actually don't know where it comes from. It would make sense to come from pork, but then again. Alright, 2 more DNA. Perfect. We got into Italy, which is rich urban. Okay. We're doing pretty well. Are you cold? Balanced. We should be infecting Italy a bit faster. But, beggars can't be choosers. Actually, with our current spread, drug 1 would be the best thing to get, for us to get. Which we have enough for. That will accelerate our spread in places like Italy and whatnot, and yeah. Next up is going to be cold. And we get directly into both Iceland and Canada, so that's exactly what we need. Cold 1, next up is cold 2, 14 DNA, rather cheap, and much needed. We're reaching critical mass in Saudi Arabia at an alarming pace at this point in time, so that's gonna be interesting. Need just 2 more DNA. We should be getting spotted at around, I'd say, 50 million people. So that's going to be interesting. We might rush, almost 50. Like 1 day difference. We might rush drug resistance level 2 so that we don't really get that much of an impact from the genetic drift. Even though we are infecting in Canada, which is interesting. That's actually very good. Hypersensitivity is indeed rather helpful. We need 17 DNA. So let's actually go for Air 1. Pardon me, Air 2. God damn it. Oh wait, we get points from this. Never mind, it's okay, it's fine. Really great symptom. Don't really want it now. Okay. Let's get those planes. The next up is 20. That's really cheap. We're gonna get that. We're really going to bombard the poor countries, so we should be just fine with what we currently have. I really don't want to get into the drug resistance bit too late, but we might have to cheese it. There we go. And that's all the things we're gonna be actually clicking on in the transmission section. I believe we have everything in the position we want it. We're actually infecting Canada at quite a nice pace, which makes me consider drug resistance might not be something rather mandatory. Huh. New aid program for poor countries. Oh, come on. Have a heart, eat a brick. We have enough. 28 DNA, 1 bill people. Yeah, we're actually gonna get drug too. I believe that is the proper thing to do. More and more countries start their cure research, but we kind of nullified their overall, antibiotic reach, so this should be quite okay. We're gonna get Europe easily. Major Brexit supporters leave the UK to avoid the Brexit. Interesting. Okay, we got everything there, Norway and so on and so forth. We got Greenland. GG. Sweating, skin lesions. We're not gonna go necrosis yet. We're waiting on, I believe, Caribbeans. No, Caribbeans and Philippines. That's the only things we have not gotten. So yeah, that's about it. And for that, we kind of need the USA to send a boat to the Caribbean or something. Which means we need a bit more, a few more people infected to be completely sure. USA President taking ill, that's not good. That's gonna really prompt him to blow up with the cure research. That's 32 DNA. Okay, we're gonna get Philippines regardless, so this is the time we're gonna start killing them. 19 DNA for internal hemorrhaging as well. We're a bit lethal, not as much as I would like to be. South Africa shuts down its airports. Boo-hoo. New Guinea, Philippines, we got Philippines. We started actually killing them. This is not nearly enough lethality. We need a lot more, but we're gonna get paralysis and coma and whatnot, so it should be decently fine. Let's start with neural breakdown. Slow that cure down as much as we can, as early as we can. Neural atrophy level 2, the next one is 16 DNA. Neural atrophy level 3. Kind of slowed them down a teensy tiny bit. Global cure effort event happened. Get paralysis. We're mainly doing that just for the early on set of lethality. Let's get this and paranoia for 14 DNA. So far it looks kinda decent. We should be able to do it. 15 DNA for seizures, also a bit of lethality. Boom, and next up is gonna be coma for 33. Just because it's also a bit lethal. We really didn't spread that well into the poor regions. We got Morocco at the very least. Sweden is a bit problematic. It has always been that way. At this particular pace, it does not really seem like we're gonna manage to do it in time. Barely killing like 7 million per day. Should be a lot more. Anemia symptom has mutated for free, which is tumor. It barely gives any lethality. Really no reason to bother with it. You have enough for insanity? No, that's 30. I really hope the paranoia thing makes, I don't know, Japan is still alive, nuke yourself, Japan. That's something you like to do for some reason. There's one achievement for making the United States of America or nuke Russia, so that would be another cool thing to see.
337 for Bravo Fox Papa.
Not really sure if genetic hardening is a priority at this point in time. We started to actually kill a couple more people per day, 29 million, so it takes about 6 months actually for it to fully embrace its overall lethality, which is interesting. They're accelerating their research speed even more. Perfect. Perfect. That's nice. Paranoia finally did us something good. No more healthy people left in the world. Well, Canada is in complete lockdown. It's a bit late. The Canucks have drank their last growler, as they like calling their pints of beer growlers. At 80%, yeah, we're standing in a very good position. Okay, insanity is 31. Hmm. I don't know why they would stop the Rio Olympics. I mean, just let the people have some fun. They're doomed anyway. 56 days. 64 days. Okay, so it does work. And yeah, genetic hardening at score, that's why it increased. It does not really matter when you pick it up. It's like a late game reshuffle. So I guess I'm gonna do a reshuffle and hope I randomly evolve insanity, I guess. That seems to be the best thing I can do. How much is a reshuffle? Even 25 DNA. I mean, insanity is like 5 more DNA. So 6 more DNA. Might go for insanity actually. Should be just 31 DNA and we will get that in time. I was really afraid of Prion. It's one of the more difficult ones because of I could have gotten total organ failure and necrosis, and that might have been the better way to do it. Because overall lethality is not that great. Maybe we managed to randomly evolve total. Even though at this point in time it's probably going to start working by the time we like kill everybody, so it's gonna be interesting. Alright, lots of government has have fallen, and yeah. It's also quite interesting that sometimes the countries still work on the cure as long as there's like one person living there. It's like all 7 billion people are able to sequence genomes and figure out how to do stuff with them. Quite interesting. 25. Get the reshuffle. I'm gonna take more than a year at this point in time. Okay, that's nice. Next reshuffle is 30. Next hardening is 31. So we're gonna get another reshuffle, I guess. I don't know which one is more effective, but yeah. Reshuffle seems cool. Maybe we get that our mutation patterns are extraordinary and also their cure is lethal. That would be like the only way to. Nuclear explosion in Sweden. Okay, so Sweden. It was this time. You'd expect the fallout and whatnot to do a bit more damage than this, but yeah. Well, we got the Swedes. We got inflammation. Oh, that's a bit of complexity, I guess. Do we need anything else? I would love to get some more complexity too. So if we don't get the 30 DNA, we're gonna get probably coughing or nausea. Most probably coughing. Just so that, we get a bit more complexity in our bag and, yeah, make the cure even more difficult to make. Don't really think we're gonna randomly get 30 DNA. To be fair, fever would technically be, well, is also complexity because of its positioning. It, generally comes from the line, like, SARS-CoV-2, the virus that creates the COVID-19 disease. Well, you get fever with it, pneumonia and other things, so that's interesting. It actually attacks a multitude of organs. It's similar to total organ failure because the virus attacks cells in the lungs, I believe cells in the heart, and I don't really remember the next ones, and I might be wrong, so I'm not even gonna mention them. But then again, today is the 24th of March, I believe, and the information is only accurate for today. If you actually want information, just go to CDC or Center for Disease Control or the WHO site, World Health Organization, or click on the YouTube pop-ups because they are trying to bring more awareness regarding the COVID-19 epidemic, pandemic actually. So yeah, all the governments are following. Not really getting much into the DNA zone. I could also get some complexity by evolving something like a rodent and hoping for a random splurge or something. So let's just do that. Maybe we get a random evolution. Like spending 15 DNA, but we now have zoonosis. Of course, they're starting a rat extermination campaign. I mean, to be fair, with the amount of humans being eaten by rats at this point in time, you'd expect them to somewhat, be prepared for what you want to call it. It be the disease being able to infect rats as well. Also, the way Prion works is a very interesting thing. So, if you're interested about the Prion and how it works, there is a scenario, an official scenario from Plague Inc. called the Mad Cow Disease. Goddamn nearly impossible to do on Mega Brutal, but you can try. It's a very difficult thing to do. I did it on PC. It's probably in one of my videos. But yeah, after the lockdown is lifted, I'm probably going to buy this game and, you know, play the other diseases and whatnot. It's gonna be a thrill to do fungus and Mega Brutal. And that's gonna be difficult. Also, it took us roughly 2 years. Yep, to kill everybody on planet Earth. So that's interesting. Also, my main hope in life is that they start making like a game, but for mobile phones. That would be amazing. Pay good money to play a game like that. Played it for years. I have a video on it. Whole game is a very complex game. Let's say you have 6 months of real life progress in the game. If you don't pay attention, you can lose it in like 5 minutes. All 6 months. Alright, 3 stars. Well, at least we completed it. Try Extremophile later. And the last one we need to do is gonna be Fungus, which is probably going to be by far the most difficult one. I'm really happy we at least managed to do Prion. If this was Mega Brutal, I probably wouldn't have made it. Then again, who am I to judge? Learn something once again, and next time we're going to go the total organ failure path. Even though I dislike it, it's a must, I believe. So necrosis and total organ failure might be just the only way to beat Mega Brutal. Lethality wise, I mean, that should be enough. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave a like, a comment, and soon enough I'm gonna start posting 911 operator. Also, this is the disease, and if you click the about link, it's probably gonna open a site. Oh yeah, it does. No, no. Oh, and you go on Wikipedia and you see details about COVID. All right, brain disease, Jacob's disease. That's how it looks. Prion protein immunostain something, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. If you want, you can search it on Wikipedia, or you can click on it from Plague INC interface. Pretty cool. and it basically says everything about it, how it works, what it does. It's really the prion disease, like the human PRNP protein, which is subverted in prion disease, can occur either methionine or a valine at amino acid 129 without any apparent difference in normal function. It takes literal months or years for things to happen, and I believe most what happens is let's see, psychiatric symptoms, illness, yeah, dementia, and things like that. Oh, 4 months after the illness onset, or at least two following symptoms: poor coordination, myoclonus, chorea, hyperflexia, or visual signs. It's a nasty disease, really. It's a very nasty disease, and there's documentaries about it, so you can learn a lot by playing Play Guy and See. And this is the overall spread. But yeah, uh, that should be just enough about it. Hope you guys like the video, and if you have any suggestions for any mobile games, leave a comment. I'm gonna try them. It's not like I have anything better to do. And until the next time, stay foxy and much love. Bye bye.